Hey everyone, James Labrie from Dream Theater, and you're listening to or watching the podcast Talking Into Infinity with JT and Brian. Enjoy this. These guys are extremely informative. I love their dialogue. I love their interpretation of the songs, who and what we are, what we were going after. They're very accurate in their interpretations and descriptions, and I just think this is a great show, and these guys are doing a stand-up stellar job. So once again, enjoy Talking Into Infinity with JT and Brian.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Talking Into Infinity, a Dream Theater-centric podcast. I am your host, John. We are live on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel, as well as talkingintoinfinity.com. We are at those locations every other Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. If you are logged in on our YouTube channel, please do not forget to click that like button, click the subscribe button, and of course, hit the notification bell so that you are notified every time we go live. Very quick show note for those of you who do check out the audio version of the podcast. Fuck Spotify. Apparently, they've been pulling down the last, I believe, 6 episodes for use of copywritten music. Because we didn't have an intro and an outro that used it for, the previous, 111, 112 episodes. So fuck you, Spotify. There you go. So why don't you pull this one down, cocksuckers? Anyway, let's bring on Brian. There we go. I had my little rant. So how are you?
I'm in the midst of Snowmageddon in the snow belt here, man.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I think we're getting close to, I think it's been almost 3 feet of snow now, like in the last 4 weeks or so.
Oh God. Yeah. We're at almost a foot out here, and we don't ever get that one. We get hit sometimes, but not like that. So
yeah, they said since Thanksgiving, 82 inches for Chardon.
Oh my God.
Which is, yeah, I mean, we're used to about 140, for the whole season, but this is still, for where we are, we haven't even hit February yet, man. So,
well, would you rather deal with all that snow or listen to the new Megadeth album? I'll let you ponder that.
Well, as we're about to find out, I'm way more neutral than you and someone else who's standing by or sitting by, I guess you'd say.
He is Vic Droogie head, and he is angry again because he is angry Chris Aiken. What is up, man? How's it going?
You telling me that I spent all this time all week listening to The Astonishing, and you're not talking about Dream Theater tonight? What the hell? I was ready.
You're more than welcome to sit in on our Astonishing deep dive. Would you like to do the first episode or the second? Because we have.
I'd rather listen to this Megadeth record backwards 100 times in a row than ever participate in anything with The Astonishing.
Wow,
that's a true load of shit.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're wrong, but that might be the only time you're wrong tonight.
I'd rather listen to Risk on repeat for a month.
Whoa. Jesus. Yeah, that's not wow. Okay. I don't know how to follow that one up. So, Jesus Christ. So, all right. So we are here to discuss the Megadeth Behind the Mask viewing experience that we had last Thursday. That's why we weren't on last week. We bumped the show a week specifically so we could come on and talk about the quote-unquote Megadeth movie and talk about the new record, because it was a career document or Dave Mustaine documentary with the new album interspersed. And I took a bunch of notes just so we could, kind of remember what was going on.
I just kept yelling stuff out, trying to get us kicked out because it was so goddamn boring.
I just know that there's like 20 people in this world, in the Northeast Ohio area, that have told their friends all week, man, I tried to sit there and watch the Megadeth movie. This one guy wouldn't shut the fuck up.
There was 20 other people there?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Honestly, there were more people there than I thought there would be. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, there actually were. What do you think there was? 40, 45?
Yeah, I was kind of surprised.
50.
it was close to half full. I mean, it was a small theater and whatnot, but that was kind of interesting to me. I didn't think it would be that well attended.
You know who could have done really well at that event? That Mike Lindell guy. If he'd have been there selling My Pillows, he would have made a fortune.
Right. Or earplugs, maybe, for after when Mustaine starts talking.
Nice soft foam ones that expand so you don't have to hear anything. That would have been great.
Instead of My Pillow, it's My Earplugs.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect.
Oh,
maybe we're on to something.
God. Dude. Yeah, so do you want to start with the record or just kind of start with the movie, just kind of riff on it? I mean,
I'd say like do the movie and then we can kind of do the album, but sort of as we go through the movie too, maybe, since you took all the movie notes. So
yeah, well, I mean, you guys will definitely remember. So, all right. So Rob Myers is tuning in. Great to see you, man. He says, I just got the earbook in the mail for the new album. Would have loved if they would have taken a page from Dream Theater and added more photos and included the AMC movie as a DVD Blu-ray they did last week and maybe an instrumental mix. But still an impressive album and book.
What is an earbook? I've never even heard of it.
I was going to ask the same question. I don't know that term.
I wish I had an earbook last week. Book you shove in your ear. And I wish I had one last week. I tell you that. Yeah. So, all right. So we'll go through the movie. So as I said, it was like a career retrospective documentary. Interspersed with cuts from the new record. And first and foremost, it was hilarious to me how each of the songs had a video and they got progressively cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. It was like the first video, it was for Tipping Point. I thought the video was kind of cool. Yeah. So I was like, all right, well, this is all right. They're in prison and stuff, and there's like blood and shit flying everywhere and violence. Like, okay, like that's cool. And then it just went downhill from there to the point where the last note was just a still picture and them just, panning down across it real slow for the length of the song. It was, oh my God. It was, oh my God. But yeah, my first note was, Dave, let's not act. I mean, he was, and not only that, but do you remember back in the day when Dave Mustaine was like, he had his rules for heavy metal? So like when Marty Friedman came in, he had to you got to wear the right shoes and you got to wear a cool t-shirt and all this kind of stuff. Dude, he was wearing Nikes, regular jeans you buy right off the rack, and just a plain gray t-shirt in the video for fucking Tipping Point. I'm like, wait a minute. Aren't you the guy that said everyone has to look super cool to be in a metal band? What are you doing in your I'm about to go make a sandwich for lunch outfit? Like, what is that?
Well, that's what most of the material's about anyway, is his regular life and not his actual music life anymore. So
I know.
I did this and I lost a tooth. Shut up.
That's right. That we're going to get to an awesome lyric in a minute here, because you and I were both like, did he just say what we think he said? So
there's plenty of those moments.
Yeah, this one definitely stands out. But yeah, I mean, it was like the Tipping Point video was cool. I don't know where you guys stand on it, but yeah, him trying to act near the end was just, dude. Whew.
I don't even remember that. I must have tuned it out at that point.
Well, the only time I thought he was acting was when he said anything nice, because his real character showed through a lot of this movie. And then every once in a while he would say something nice, and you could just tell it was like somebody pulled a string in his back that said something other than what his mouth was saying. Because he's an ass.
Pull the strings, make me work. Jaws fall apart, words fall out. Look at that. Disturbed 72. Thanks for tuning in. He says, hey, that's what I'm wearing. I'm not cool heavy metal.
No.
This is a good question. So Jeremy Lynn Nations, great to see you, man. He says, what's the song with the tooth lyric?
Isn't it Hey God?
I think it is Hey God.
Yeah, because he's singing about something like, I went in the bathroom and took a shit, and then I lost a tooth or something. He said something about, it's like this song about just regular old everyday nonsense.
No, I think, isn't that's the Bad Day one when stuff goes off.
Yeah. Another Bad Day, which Aiken
Another
retitled
bad
immediately.
song.
Yeah. So yeah, it's so my next note, dude, and you just kind of brought it up, Aiken, was I noticed he doesn't mention any names of former members or managers until quite a bit into it. And it's always and then it's just those two songs which I wrote. It's like you said, it's just ego the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was tough to take, man. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. Just and you can attest to this. I'm sitting there the whole time texting David Ellefson. And I'm telling Ellefson the whole time, like, dude, I don't know if you really give a shit about this or not, but you might really want to have your legal people look into this because they're using your image a lot and they're saying some awful things about you. And he was like, he started off being like, okay and cool. And then finally I get the what an asshole text.
Yeah, it was bad, man. It was.
Yeah. I wanted to be like, hi, Dave. What are you doing, Dave? It's going to be really difficult to do this without your space helmet, Dave.
Yeah, dude, like, I don't know. It was, I think I was predisposed to not enjoy the record based on his attitude in the thing. I mean, we know that he is arrogant as all holy hell. We know these things about him, that he's just, up his own ass. This was to me on a whole other level.
Yeah.
This was, you guys on the CMS always do that with Eddie Trunk, like I, me, I, me, like everything was like nobody had any contributions but him.
No. Well, he said that. He said, well, generally the formula is that I write 80% and then those guys could do whatever the fuck they do.
Well,
but I write 80%.
Wait, no, hold on. Remember how the math was, though? It was like, I 100% take everyone's ideas.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was
100% of all of the ideas. And then I take, it's just the way he just like, I have a few, like 4 main points I want to hit. One of them is like, Dave is one of those guys that like you said, I don't think no matter what he does, he's just going to come off as an ass. And like,
right.
I think he does himself a disservice when he starts talking about Christ and a Christian and this and that, because it's like, dude, you're still kind of an ass deep down. You know what I mean? Like it's worse off when he tries to kind of almost be nice and like be likable, because what's beneath the surface. And some people just are that way and they can't friggin' help it. I think he's just better off just going full douche mode. You know what I mean? Like
he Kale says, sorry guys.
Mission accomplished on that, Brian.
well, yeah, that's my point.
I just, the whole thing, it's like, I've got a whole bunch of that, like the notes, like what did he say? Like, oh God,
where'd Brian
go? Dude, there's, where did he go?
I don't know.
Brian, your camera fucked up. Oh well, it's me and you until he gets back.
That's fine.
Dude, some of this stuff, like, God, like that's my next note actually, is this is so self-serving. Like,
yeah,
what in the hell? Like, and then we come to the lyric that you and I looked at each other and went, wait a minute, he didn't just say that, did he? Jack off in a sheet.
Yeah. Oh, he's jacking off in a sheet.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Me and you looked at each other the first time like, nah. Like, it was like
right.
And then it came around again and we both went, holy shit, he did just say jack off in a sheet.
Yeah, it made note. It just, between that and the like we said earlier, the tooth falling out and stuff, it's like, what is really going on here? Why is he this is a guy whose lyrics have always been about, the post-apocalyptic world or the end of the world or something to that effect. And what do we get instead? Now we're getting his dental problems and the fact that he doesn't have any hand lotion for his jerking off. It's like, what am I listening to?
To be fair, the actual lyric is a traitor and a creep, a jack off and a sheep. But I'm telling you, like, if you're on Instagram and you see those things where it's like a famous song and it's got the lyrics printed out, what it actually sounds like they're saying, you're like, oh my God, it does sound like that. It really sounds like jack off in a sheet.
Okay.
So technically he didn't write that, but you're not wrong in saying that. Yeah, the rest of it, like, I mean, did you hear that too, Brian? Like we did, because we were both like, "There's no."
I just remember you guys busted up laughing. Every once in a while, I would just be like, I would laugh more at you guys laughing than what he was saying, and then like you guys were lost in your laugh, and then you would miss something he said, and then I'd start losing it at something Dave said. I would just be like, "Wait, what's going on?"
It's, oh God.
Because he just kept contradicting himself, kind of like Aiken was saying. It was a whole night. It was like, it's not just me or whatever. It's not just me. And then it's like, it's me. And it's like, which is it, man? Like don't just keep saying all that shit. You know what I mean? Like,
and some of the lies were just horrid. Like, what did he say? I'm contracted to write 80% of
that.
Material.
Yes.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
He said that was his record company that made him do that.
Yeah. He by the way, Jeremy Lynn Nations says, I mean, we've all jacked off in a sheet from time to time.
Maybe an hour ago.
Aiken's into hams. Billy Morris says David Lee Roth. Sammy Hagar, my friend. Sammy Hagar, get some taste.
Isn't that what he puts every time he comes
up? Of course, that's our endless battle, Dave versus Sammy. Yeah, he said that the label contractually makes me write 80% of the material. That is such a crock of shit.
Mm-hmm.
No record label is ever going to, like, let's say he hands in Rust in Peace, okay? The record label's not going to go, wait a minute. You only wrote 75% of this. We're not accepting this. Back to the drawing board with you. Like, oh my God. Like that, like you said, there's so many lies, especially if you know the Megadeth history or have heard it from other people's point of view. There's so many things where you're just like, bullshit, man. Like, that is such crap,
I just hate how they rush through all that, that, like, if you're going to do a documentary, do a true one where we can do, full, like, deep dive into the different areas. It's like you plow through, these guys, like you said, all these guys that had such an importance in the albums, and it's like you just plow through and they give no credit.
That said, I want to take the flip side of that. Okay. I was awful glad that from Cryptic Writings on, it just went from being long descriptions to being, yeah, we did that, and then we moved on to this.
Oh yeah,
that was thank you Christ for saving us.
What about throwing the dude under the bus for Risk or whatever? Did we get to that yet?
Oh no, that's okay. Like
okay.
I say, I got a good list of notes.
Okay.
I took them obviously in order.
Let's follow your list in order then. Just do that.
Okay. Yeah. So my next note. Did all the vocals in I Don't Care take one take? He said he did that. Oh, I did all the vocals in I Don't Care in one take. So it's I don't care. Wow. What a vocal, just like gymnastics routine you must have had to go through, Dave. Like, what the fuck?
Well, he is a 5-octave singer.
Oh, dude. Yeah, Celine Dion and Dave Mustaine in the same, like, fucking.
I like when he said, like, the producer will tell him, like, well, I can tell when you're getting tired, and it's like, so we're not going to do any more vocal. I mean, he sounds tired on half of this album. His voice sounds tired.
Well, and see, that's the thing is that, like,
it sounds like a guy that's fried. That's 65 or whatever he is.
Yeah. Well, and I do have to say, I do give him a pass for some of the vocal, like. There's a lack of melody. Aiken said this is basically like 10 different rejected versions of Angry Again.
Yes.
And it really is. And so there's a lot of singing like this in the verse, But I will say, I mean, Brian, we saw that Big Four show in the theater in 2010 live. Like, right. As it was happening. And when Megadeth was on, we were like, man, his voice is shit. Yeah. So that was 16 years ago. And then he went and had throat cancer. So, 16 more years worth of mileage plus, beating his throat up with cancer and whatnot. Like, okay, I'll give him a pass. I understand. But it still sounds
Why? He's
crazy.
Not giving you a pass. I'm giving it to you for free because his voice is
I know.
up.
I know that, but I'm not going to sit here and be like, you need to be hitting notes like you did on Peace Cells, even though you had throat cancer. Like, I can't do that. Like,
you need to retire before the end of the 5-year finale tour.
Well,
he's retired today.
But that's what I was saying, dude, is that like, I can give him a pass for the throat stuff, but to a point, because a lot of this sounds like he's not even trying to do anything. So it's like, okay, I get it. Like your range is limited. Well, still make an attempt.
Do you think he was just in there holding his nose? I don't care what you think or say.
It's his whole thing.
I had a bad day.
He wrote I don't care last because everybody heard the rest of the record and they're like, this is shit. So he goes in and writes, I don't care what you say. Like, I'm putting this response to the producer. Anyway. It totally is. My buddy Jimmy, good to see me, says solid album. Jimmy, by the way, Jimmy has an extra chromosome and is a Michigan fan, so that's all you need to know about him. That's why he has this opinion.
Jimmy has a liver that's going to fall out shortly if he truly believes that, because that's somebody with a major drinking problem. And I know
Aaron
Jimmy.
Taft. Aaron Taft. He obviously didn't care.
It's true. To go back to your point about everything sounding like, would you say angry again? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Like you have to get onto the almost the very last song. Well, the last song is Ride the Lightning, right? But the last note or one last note or whatever. That's the only time there's even a break, like dynamically, like where the song just doesn't chug through for 3.5 to 4.5 minutes. Like there's a small little, finally something a little bit different that happens. Like there's just zero dynamics, and it's like for an album that like supposedly they worked so hard on, so diligently on, it's just like it's just strange to like not see anything of any type of dynamics or slower parts or slow down the riff or do some I don't know. It's just basically, like I said, it's almost like a punk album the way it just goes boom boom boom.
It's uninspired. That was the word that I first thought of when I heard the songs after Tipping Point, and the whole rest of the record did nothing but kind of reinforce that for me. Even the records, I mean, like you got to put like Super Collider and Risk underneath this one, but even the other records that people consider, like, at least there sounds like there's some effort there. This one doesn't sound like that. It's just kind of there. You're like, okay. I mean, granted, I liked it a hair more listening to it in headphones and kind of at least hearing to see if there's something else there. But like those big layered choruses you would get on like, Countdown and Euthanasia and Cryptic Writing stuff, that's nowhere to be found. Like,
no, it's mostly the mid. It's funny because I took the everything from Cryptic Writings till this newest album, and I listened to every one of these dogs for the last week, and I listened to this album every day since we saw the movie. I listened to it. So is that 7 times, 8 times, whatever.
Right.
And it's almost karaoke. It's almost karaoke, not vocally, but in the structure. Everything's just a hair above mid-tempo. Everything is the same tried and true riffs that they've done however many times before, especially in the second half of the catalog, where it just doesn't sound fresh. It all sounds like bonus tracks that weren't good enough for the main album. That's what it sounds like on every song.
That's a good way to phrase it. I mean, dude, there's like 2 songs on here where I was like, all right, this is cool. And I don't mind Puppet Parade. I kind of dug Puppet Parade. But other than that, Tipping Point was cool. Made to Kill was cool. I mean, Made to Kill was you and I looked at each other and like we were like, oh fuck yeah, no, this is Megadeth. Like,
how do you want to let's do this real quick. Let's do like the first 2 songs. We'll all go around and talk about them real quick, and then let's follow your timeline. Then like maybe pick a couple, because like I do want to go through the whole album real quick.
I didn't take any notes on it. I was so bored. I didn't do my usual deep dive stuff. I was like, dude, this is just.
I don't mean notes on the album. I just mean your notes there. So follow them. So okay, so you like Tipping Point.
Yeah, dude, that sounds like a Megadeth song. Like when they first put that out, I was like, okay, it's got like that Megadeth feel. It's the thrash stuff. I'm like, all right, cool. I really expected the rest of the record to be just like him on fire, like I'm going out on top. And Tipping Point gave me hope for that. I was like, okay, well, this is cool. So let's see how the rest of it is. But like I say, it's got, the double bass stuff and the tick, the kind of thing you're kind of looking for. And it's unfortunately, that's the high point of the album.
I don't know that I would say that that's the high point of the album. I thought Tipping Point sucked. It's decent for about 3 minutes, and then you realize that Dave just didn't have any more lyrics, and ChatGPT couldn't help him. And so he just starts saying, I've reached the tipping point over and over and over and over again. It's like, stop. This is half a song that you stretched into a full song. Not good.
The lyrics do sound very AI on the whole record to me. I'm not even being facetious. I'm not trying to be funny, but Dave's lyrics are not up to his usual. You can say what you want about the music from record to record. A lot of times, I think Dave Mustaine is a pretty insightful lyricist. I think he writes good stuff most of the time. This is just generic paint by numbers. If you go into AI and say, hey, write me a Megadeth song lyrically about war, or losing my toothbrush, or oh my gosh. No.
Oh,
this is real quick before we get to you, Brian. This is an interesting question. So Jeremy Lynn Nations wants to know, he says, I have to ask you guys, if you feel this way about Megadeth's new record, what did you guys think of 72 Seasons? Short answer, don't want to interrupt the show with that. I can answer that very simply. Jeremy, I would rather listen to the new Metallica record. We did a deep dive into that record, by the way. If you go back in our archive, when it came out, Brian and I did a deep dive into it. I think it would be a kick-ass Metallica record if they had a real drummer on it. Because Lars is fucking trashy garbage, and James was writing some of the best riffs he's written in a while. There's a lot of Kill 'Em All sounding shit on there, especially in the guitar solos, and Lars just ruins it with his stupid fuck AC/DC drumming. But it's better than this by a long shot, I think.
Yeah, so 6.5. 6.5 out of 10. It's all right.
I'll say this. At least Dave, if you get rid of the cover, it's 10 songs, 40 minutes. Metallica just refuses to give us a 40-minute album. They won't do it.
Yeah.
They got to give us 65, 70 minutes, of which I'm sorry, 25 to 30 minutes is complete shit. Like they do not know how to edit. At least with Dave, there isn't a single song on here I don't think that clocks 5 minutes. Like, you kind of get in, you get out. There's, I have it as, because I don't know how, it's the way we're doing this. I have it as 4 probably pretty good songs, 2 terrible ones, and 2 that are kind of okay, And I said 4 really good ones. Maybe there's like 3 I really like, but it's also like I don't know that I remember them. I played them a few times again today, and I'm like, okay, I think I thought I remember liking this one, but I don't remember why. It's like I said, there's no hooks to the courses. There's no dynamics. There's no like giant standout chant moments. Oh, let's all get the crowd doing it. Maybe, I think I agree with you. Puppet Parade, probably, maybe that's the best song on here. Maybe that's one because that has a little bit of a feel like, is that the one? One of them goes back to off a Countdown. What the hell song was that? I made a note on here anyway, but it just reminded me a little bit of the older stuff. But the rest of it, yeah, that Bad Day and that Hey God, it's horrible, man. It's just awful.
Yeah, that's actually my next note, by the way, as long as you mention it. When Dave says, we need someone in the metal community to tell us it's okay to believe in God. Like he's talking about himself. Like, I'm the one, we need somebody to tell us it's okay. And I'm the one that's going to tell. Like, fuck off, man. He's so self-righteous. Like,
well, and nobody cares.
My God.
Anyone could talk about God. No one cares. No one's going to be like yay or nay. No one cares. It's like being gay anymore. Like no one freaking cares. So when you go around saying, "Oh, it's okay for me to do this now," it's like, shut up, man.
Yeah, I need to answer a question in the chat. Lord Moon, 2212 asks, "Is this really live?" No, this is a pre-record.
I wrote it was a pre-record from last year.
Is this Chris? No, this is Neely.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no.
It's Vic Drughead. What the fuck are you reading?
Vic Drughead, man. It's actually Phil Anselmo. So,
live from the amphitheater.
Exactly. All right. So, Brian, you wanted to go through the first two. So that's Tipping Point. Do you agree that's the high point of the record? I know Aiken doesn't, Brian, but what do you think?
I kind of agree with you in the sense that it came out the gate and I thought, man, this is really, really good. And then it's like, I really like what the solos were doing and stuff, but then it's like, okay, remember to hear Dave talk about this, like, oh man, I think he even does it in the movie where he's like, yeah, we both agreed that we got, the fans are going to want a ton of shredding. They're going to want a ton of shredding. And it's like, would you preconceive that notion in your mind of doing that just because we just got to do it? And I just, you know how that is. Like you've written music that just doesn't work, man. Like,
no, not at all. Doug McCauley, great to see. Says shitting point.
I don't care. I think it's actually kind of a quick. Dave always likes to think he's kind of a punk at heart, and I think I don't have a problem with that song. I think it's fine for what it is, but it goes downhill then fairly quick.
I hate that song too. Oh my god.
Yeah, I do too. When they put that out as a single, I was like, I literally was driving in the car, didn't realize that I was making a horrible face because I was coming back from the grocery store, and I looked at the car next to me, and they kind of went like this. They were like, "What the hell?" I'm like, "What did I do?" And I realized my face was doing this, going, and I happened to look over at the car next to me, going, and so they thought I was like, I was smelling a fart from their car or something, man. And I was like, "What?"
Would you rather him do the Phil Collins? I don't care no more.
Yes.
That than this.
Yes.
I would rather him do the engineer. Where's the delete button? And hit the delete button.
I mean, there is something silly about like a 68-year-old dude, trying to be punk rock. Like, I don't care. I don't. It's like it just doesn't.
There's something about a great grandfather at a skate park that doesn't work. Sorry.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Well, yeah, if you're looking for some tail, I mean.
To what? Be his keeper? His nurse?
Right.
Come on. He's a 16-year-old cancer victim. That's what he needs, is a nurse.
Yeah, I had no idea that he looked that rough. And, I know it's not his fault that he went through those treatments, but geez, man, he thought he was just going to keel over or fall asleep any second. Like, it's close up as the on his face. Well,
yeah, that was us.
That's true.
Yeah, no, it's... Yeah, I'm not a fan of that song in the least bit. That was when it started to worry me, because I think that was the second one they put out, wasn't it? I think it went Tipping Point.
Yeah, that was the second one. Yeah,
and I was like, Jesus, what the huh? I was like, oh god.
It sounds like he's trying to write some Dead Kennedy song or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and dude, so the thing of it is that it's like this record and some parts in the movie kind of made me wonder, like, if I might not be a little right about this. So I'm not saying I'm right. It's just this record seems to me like they wrote demos and then just went in and Pro Tooled and chopped the parts together, and then just kind of like made it in Pro Tools, because when he was showing footage in the studio, it was only him and Timu. There was nothing of Dirk. There was nothing of Lomenzo. And he talks about one of the songs, I think it's in my notes, where he's talking about like, yeah, we did it, but then we realized that, the melody fit the guitar fit the melody better. And so we chopped and put it here. I'm like, wait a minute. What is this? We're chopping shit. Like, and this record sounds like that. And I Don't Care sounds like a song they didn't do any chopping. It sounds lazy and like a wet turd, and it's just there. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
so,
it's not good.
Shit.
And I will argue that they did not do all this amazing time that he claims, writing, because they were on tour last year. So when was this writing that was allegedly done? In the bus? If it's in the bus, then it's more than likely not that good, which that does sort of play. But I mean, he tried to make it out like they spent this amazing amount of time working on it, and there was no amazing amount of time for him to work on it because they were on tour.
Well, but I mean, I agree with that, by the way. but I mean, there are tons of bands that say, yeah, we collect riffs on the bus. Like, we're fucking, we're jamming in the back, we're recording everything. And, then we come back and we go through it, and we piece it together and we work on it as a band. Like that's actually a fairly common way of writing anymore, So what did he do, to your point? I mean, this really sounds like, I want to retire, but I'm contractually obligated to do one more record. So here you go. Here's what you get. I mean,
well, dude, do you think that some of these guys that are older, the older band guys, just know they're not going to make any money, so they just put less effort in? Because that seems to be like today, we got an absolute piece of shit song from Seven Dust, who we both love. I don't know if you love him, Brian, but
I'm not going to listen to him shit on Seven Dust because that song is fucking cool as shit.
I know. I have like four texts from the two bods saying it's amazing.
You guys are all, like you're all nuts. That song sucks.
No way.
That song sucks.
That's one of the most unique songs they've done in a long, long time.
And it stinks. It's slow, mid-tempo. Video's kind of unique, but other than that, it's a shit song.
No, that's a whole nother debate.
Oh my god.
Terrible.
Well, all right. Well, back to here's one of the other things, and I know John's big into drums, so maybe he agrees with me. I thought the drumming on this I thought the drums sounded terrible for starters, and there's like nothing cool going on. Even the one song that kind of starts with the drums, I'm like, this sounds like something I could almost play. Like, where's like the metal, the cool like percussive, dynamic, rhythmic elements of some counterpoint and stuff? Like, I don't hear any of that at all. Do you? Am I missing it or what?
No, I mean it's like that's what I'm saying. It's uninspired.
I thought the last album had some cool drumming, like some cool metals, some cool technical, not quite prog moments, but just way above cookie cutter. Like this was like, I just don't hear anything unique going on with the drums. And I always thought, like, I always joke about Van Halen. I think the drums are a big sound of that. And I thought the best Megadeth stuff album, the drums played a huge part in the way they play off the guitars, and I don't hear anything going on in this album. Like nothing.
No, I don't either. But that also kind of, that's another reason that makes me wonder if they didn't just chop this up in the studio, based on because if it's, I mean, it's a professional record, so if there's a whole bunch of goofy drum shit going on, the producer and engineer, whatever, they can do that shit in the computer. If there's like a really complicated drum part, they can fuck with it and move it. But this sounds like they didn't do that. It was just, Angry Again drums and like, take this piece here and put it here. Like, it's not a lot of effort, man. Not a lot of effort.
No, it's not very good.
Yeah.
Well, it was, to me, it was going back to, what was it? Some Kind of Monster, the Metallica one. It reminded me, seeing him and Timu in the studio, it reminded me of watching that, where it's like, it just seems like such a sterile environment where you're just sitting there, you're sort of just, you're trying so hard to make something good. Like, you're just trying too hard. Like you said, there's no effort, but I almost think they sat there and tried, and like, I don't know what's worse, it's trying too hard or putting no effort in. Like,
yeah.
Like, just sort of hoping something comes out. I don't know.
Doug agrees with you, by the way. Doug says, Dirk is the monster, not his best look though. Yeah, no, Brian, I completely agree with you, man. I mean, it just looks like drab and bland and just like, I don't know. This whole thing, again, I can't escape the word uninspired. It's just,
Do you think, and I'm just throwing this out there as a maybe, do you think that these guys are all looking past this record to what's next? Like Dirk thinking, I'm going to go back to soil work, and Timo's the only one that probably gets anything out of this, because instead of being some local guitarist in Finland or wherever the hell he's from, now he's an international guy just for doing this. So he's probably fine, but Lamenzo will end up in, I don't know, the Dead Daisies or some bullshit. And obviously Dirk will go back to soil work. So maybe they're all looking past it and didn't put enough effort into this. Maybe. I don't know.
Well, and with Megadeth, who knows? I mean, at this point, with Dave, with his line of bullshit about, I have to have 80% of this. I have to write 80%. Yeah. You're doing it so you get all the goddamn money. Maybe these guys are finally like, look, man, yeah, fuck you. Like, you want to take all the money, then we're going to give you like half-assed jerk-off performances. Just slap it on the record. Let's get through this tour so I can get paid. You might be right. I mean, maybe this is the rest of the band phoning it in because they know it's the last one and they're tired of dealing with it. They know that their gravy train is
tired of dealing with him.
Well, yeah. I mean, the gravy train's coming to an end, so they're like, fuck you. We're just going to phone it in. Like, I mean, it's very much a phone it in record,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Kale brings up a great point. He says, can we all agree that Sick, Dying, and the Dead is their last album and this is a footnote? Yeah. Yeah. It's almost like it's almost like Zeppelin with In Through the Outdoor and Coda. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's basically kind of what it is, man.
Yeah, Van Halen and Balance. Yep. Same thing.
Why don't you go fuck yourself? So, by the way,
different kind of truth.
Yeah, it's a different kind of truth, all right. Saying it's fucking amazing.
Oh, please. You're the one that thinks this record actually has merit, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I didn't say it has merit.
You said you minded.
This album has merit, sir.
I think what he said was he likes it a little better than we do, and that could still be accurate.
Okay,
all right.
Let me hit my second point I have here, and that is, if you went into this hearing the first couple songs and you didn't like them, sitting through Dave talk about them does no favors to, like, okay, maybe it just really ruins any chance you had of, like, if you already went in very skeptical, listening to that diatribe and the nonsense that came out of his mouth, like, it did not help. It did not help the cause at all.
I think that is an incredible point because, like I was saying, I liked it a little bit better just sitting down and listening to it in headphones and like trying to find some extra stuff in there. Whereas, to your point, Brian, and, Chris, you and I talked about it. And when we were sitting there in the theater, like half the time when the guy opened his mouth, you're just like, oh, shut the fuck up. Like, it was just, you were so annoyed with him. Your brain was almost kind of like, oh, well, now I don't want to like it because he's just so pompous. I mean, it's just such a turnoff.
See, I think I looked at it a little bit differently. Like, I was listening to him blow up these songs as, oh my God, this was a great one. And Timo's riff and this and that. And then it turns into Another Bad Day. And it's like, bro, can't you just be honest at all?
Yes.
Almost honest.
Yes. Right. Aaron Taft, Let There Be Shred definitely didn't inspire me to shred. Yeah.
Made me think, let me be dead. Jesus.
Right. Surprised he didn't do that. These lyrics, man, I was waiting for him to rhyme strife with life.
And then I married my wife. And then I lost my tooth.
Oh my God. So yeah. So the next note that I have is when he tried to say haiku, he calls it a haku. And me and Chris immediately were like, the wrestler? Like, really? Like, one half of the Islanders? Like, what the fuck? Like
what was there was another word too. What was the other word? Remember there was two words.
What was the second?
What was the other one?
There was another one that was like, wait, what?
Yeah, the haku one was pretty damn obvious though.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. We're like
you're writing a haku or something.
Yep.
Shut up.
The next one, how about the fact that he has in his contract a $500 fine if someone promoting the band misspells Megadeth.
Oh yeah, that was like so stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point it's a PP amount of money, but it's still such like, who cares? Just you're getting paid. Shut up.
Yeah.
Ugh.
He's been misspelling it METALICCA for 40 fucking years. So shut up.
Exactly. And then we talked about him barely saying a member's name. He finally said Ellefson, and then he said Chris and Gar and Chuck and Jeff, whatever. I love this quote. That's what's staggering to me, that I wrote all that music in one sitting because it's so complicated. He was talking about In My Darkest Hour. And it's like, okay, dude, like there's a way to say that without it being, well, let me just slap my dick on the table and check me out. Like, I mean, what is that?
Have you ever heard John Petrucci say something like that? Like,
yeah.
If there's anyone
like
that should be able to say it, would be him or like Neil Peart or somebody, you know, like.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
But sorry, real quick. Jeremy Lynn Nations, he says, hey, I've actually written a song and rhymed those two. There's nothing wrong. He's talking about life and strife. There's nothing wrong with that. They do, in fact, rhyme, do they not? Yeah, they do. But Jeremy, that's a no-no. You're going to go have to change your lyrics, bro. Your music is great. You have a phenomenal singing voice. But you got it. Life and strife is just the ultimate, I put life in here. What's it going to rhyme with? And knife does not count.
Unless you're talking about a wife.
Yes, exactly.
Cannibal Corpse.
Or if it's or if something is rife with something, so you could do that. But yeah, no life and strife. Yeah. So he sits there and just, oh, look at me. I wrote this whole thing in one sitting. I'm so staggered by myself. Fuck you. I mean, if he doesn't say that, and if someone tells you, hey man, did you know Dave Mustaine wrote all of In My Darkest Hour in one sitting? Wouldn't your reaction be, holy shit, he wrote that in one sitting? That's impressive. But when he comes out and goes, guess what the fuck I did? You're like, eat a bag. I mean,
well, I know one other guy that happened to be in the band at the same time that disputes that claim big time.
Yeah,
because that got thrown over in a text.
What was that text? What exactly?
I'm not going to say what he said. I'm just saying I got a very that's not true in all caps.
Doug McCauley. Dave invented thrash metal alone in his bedroom. Of course, Billy Corgan thinks this Dave ripped him off. So, yeah. Oh my god. There you go. Disturbed. Is it rife with strife?
Killing your wife with a knife?
Yes. Ending her life.
That's like doing I want and then I need. You can't put those together anymore either. That's over. That's been beyond done 8 million times.
So it was over with Animal by Def Leppard, and I wow.
Well, there's probably been another 400 songs since then, but
yeah.
What's so the next one, you song, what is it? When I was younger. I don't know who sings it, but that one has that in there too, doesn't it? Because I want you and I need you.
Yeah,
and I love you.
Want you to want me, need you to need me.
Yeah.
True. This is over in 73. Yeah, and then he says he's pissed at Lars and James for not calling him about Cliff.
Ring. Hey, by the way, Cliff's dead. Click.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Our bandmate just died. You're not in the band anymore. You talk shit about us every chance you get. Hold on. Hey, Mustaine, what's up, buddy?
Yeah.
Don't mind me. I can barely talk because my neck's all fucked up from being in a bus that rolled over. But hey, I just wanted to let you know, Cliff died. See you, pal.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, I get it. They were friends. So on one level you could see, but like, to your point, he completely discredits everything going on around that. He'd only been out of the band for like 3.5 years. As you said, he's talking shit about him constantly. They hate each other at this point. But so what? They're just supposed to drop everything in the middle of their grief and, recovering from the accident themselves and go, oh, we better get a hold of Dave.
Yeah. Wonder how many calls Ron McGovney got that day as well.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So Kevin 777 says, would be interested to know what Ellison thinks. Damn, you should have had him on. Well,
could have. I don't think he would do this though.
No, hell no. Yeah.
Well, I don't blame him either because
he's trying to move on past Megadeth. It's his asshole friends like me that keep bringing him into it.
I was gonna say, you're the one texting him the whole time. Poor guy's like, leave me the fuck alone.
Yes.
Well, the worst part, I didn't know that. This is a little side story. I didn't know it, but I'm texting him. He was answering, and John, you saw he was actually answering me. he was getting ready to go on stage at NAMM. So,
nice.
So he's literally putting his bass down to text me back and then putting his bass back.
Get him all worked up before he goes on stage.
Yeah, exactly. He probably played the best set of his life.
Yeah. All right, so we got to have our classic metal show moment here.
All right.
Because Aiken, I think, Brian, you were laughing your ass off at this too. This is so bad. My next note is the Legless Chicks jam was Train of Consequences. So do you remember they had the chick that had lost her legs? She's like, my favorite song is Train of Consequences. And we all were just like, oh man, that's just too, that could be taken too literally. Like, you know,
I just picture her in the 1800s tied to a train track.
That's what we were thinking. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So that was, oh my God. All right. So moving. So then, all right, next one. And then if you want to get to the next few songs, Brian, he flat out lied. You mentioned he lied, Aiken. He completely fucking lied about how he met Nick Menza and how Nick ended up in the band. He was like, oh, I met him through this guy or something, and I needed a drummer. He said, I know this guy. Like, no. Nick Menza was Chuck Beeler's drum tech. So he had already been on stage, like playing the songs with them. And then Chuck was like, what how does the story go, Chris? Correct me if I'm wrong here. Anybody in the chat too.
Chuck had some reason he didn't show up. And
he got all fucked up or something. And so Dave's like, Nick, you're playing the show. And he got through it like nobody's business. And he was like, okay, well, now you're a drummer. So,
but and if you even watch the Menza documentary, they talked about how Nick was so there that even in sound check, Nick was singing because Mustaine wasn't there.
Yeah.
So Nick would sing the Megadeth tunes in sound check. Of course, he knew all the music. You know, he wasn't some guy that auditioned. He was already there. It's just a flat out lie.
That's what gets me. And Doug says he is classy. Nick's not here to correct him. Yeah, I mean, so do you think that, like, I mean, Brian, what do you think? Do you think that is a moment where Mustaine is trying to correct what was in the Menza documentary? Like, flat out just be a dick to, like, refute what was there?
I haven't seen it, so I don't know. I don't. It's always weird to me when, like, there's four other people that know what happened and one guy still comes up with his own version, right? It's just like what is the point? Like, why would he not just tell the truth of how all of this stuff went down? Like, it doesn't really make him look better, does it? Like, I don't even understand what the point is of lying about something like this. So goofy. It's weird to me.
He's hiding it so it doesn't push him over his tipping point.
What the fuck? What? Okay, why is the chat? Kevin Smith said, "Holy shit, Kelly Osbourne." Okay, I don't think we're talking about her, but okay. Yeah, that's. I don't know why you would bother throwing that out there when it's so easy to refute.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So in any case, all right. So, all right. So we've got "Hey God" and "Let There Be Shred." So Brian wanted to go through the songs. So we've got "Hey God" and "Let There Be Shred." They are two songs on the new Megadeth record. So next in my notes.
Yeah, "Hey God," I think. "Hey God," I think is the first one where I'm like, okay, that's awful. "Let There Be Shred," I was okay with, but I mean, it's literally just like a B-side from Kill 'Em All. It sounds like it was just you just took a few chords from like 6 different songs and a few of the progressions, and you're just trying to do like the super old school Kill 'Em All. Like, yeah, that's what I got out of that one.
Yeah. Doug McCauley, "Hey God, let there be sharts." Nice.
"Hey God."
No, yeah, I mean,
it's me, Mark.
First, yeah. "Hey God, it's me, Margaret."
Were we doing Judy Blue at one point? It was like, what was it, like Super Fudge Collider or something we came up with?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
That's how bored we were by the end of it.
It was, yeah. So I think when you see a song title, "Let There Be Shred," don't you kind of think, like, for a Megadeth song, you're like, oh God. Like, Like AC/DC can get away with like Let There Be Rock and stuff like that. Like that's their shtick. You know, Kiss can get away with stuff like that. Megadeth, not so much.
Well, wasn't it kind of like that? Was it off the System Has Failed, that Back in the Day or whatever? It's the same kind of thing as that to me. You know, like I don't know.
Another jewel of a song, by the way.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, if you're gonna write a song, and we're gonna write a song called "Let There Be Shred," it better sound like, at least musically, like, you know, "This Day We Fight" from Endgame. You know, like just speed picking throughout the whole damn 5-minute song, you know? So
why does his brain not just hear that title and know that it's bad? As soon as I heard that title, I was like, this is going to suck. And it did.
Yeah. Dude, I don't think he cares. This was just, I got to get an album out and go on tour.
It follows the biblical thing, like the "Hey God, the let there be," you know, so let there be light, let there be. I don't know. It's like following that up, I guess. So he's always he thinks it's being clever, I guess. I don't know.
No, that's, you know what? I wouldn't put it past him to do something like that. That very well could be. Doug McCauley. Hey God, it's nice talking to myself. A credit to Dalmatians. So Kale says Endgame is by far the best post-cryptic album, and we can say that now with all of the evidence. I
don't have too much of a problem with that.
It's a good one, but I don't know. I'll take Dystopia.
I was going to say, it would be Dystopia or
I like the last one. The more I listen to Sick, Dying, and Dead, I like it more Dystopia for sure.
Yeah,
that's hard. I have with that is Sammy Hagar cover on a Megadeth, or Sammy Hagar singing on a Megadeth record. And I love Sammy, so I'm not one of those Roth guys. I love Sammy, but I don't want him on my thrash band albums.
I don't either. I just for some reason thought it was kind of cool. It's like, okay, I understand why people might not, you know. So, yeah, but I mean, Let There Be Shred. There's not a lot of shredding going on, so it's. It's very misleading. You know, Hey God or whatever, like that's
Hey God is sleepy. That's my big issue with that song. It's slow and like the first two songs, if you don't like I don't like them, but at least they're sort of fast. They feel like Megadeth. Then you get to this and it's like, holy cow. Yep. When did we get to the Risk outtakes? This is junk.
Well, and here's the thing, like, I'm not trying to get preachy, but I think, you know,
Doug McCauley.
Doug, what did Lars do with all his son's Megadeth albums? Crush them.
I can't wait till you get to that part.
Oh God.
Oh God.
Yeah, I think the funny thing to me about a song like Hey God and how he's talking about, you know, I need to be the guy to tell the heavy metal community it's okay to worship God. It's like, okay, but have you read the Bible? You know, being a complete and total, like, greedy, pompous cocksucker to everybody around you is not exactly a Christian way to live, right? So don't go, I don't know. Again, it's just more fucking pomposity from this guy. It's like, what are you doing? Like, it's, you know,
he's a jagoff. That's really what it comes down to. A self-important jagoff. Look, he still thinks that he invented Metallica. And I'm not going to say that he didn't have some importance to Metallica. He did. Some. But they lasted an awful long time without him.
Yeah.
And he still thinks that, well, they couldn't have been shit without me writing the Four Horsemen or whatever. You know, whatever song he wrote. Or what did he write? Like 7 songs or something?
Supposedly. He said he wrote like all of Metal Militia, all of the Mechanics, Phantom Lord, Jump in the Fire. He claims to have written all of Ride the Lightning, which I think is and we'll get to that at the end. I mean, that is, man, you want to talk about probably proof why this record's so lazy. Yeah, I mean, he goes in the documentary. he says, "This is some of my best singing I've ever done." So speaking of lies, so yeah, and then we get to the part about, paying people. Oh, we tried to make the shares fair for everyone. No, you didn't. No.
That was the one place you stuck hard to that 80% rule.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, and man, like Brian, I'm sure you've read all the stories too. Like he purposely rejects a shitload of stuff from the other guys so that it's all him, so he can, get the lion's share of the publishing and all that stuff. And if you don't like it, get the fuck out. Ever since the Friedman Menza lineup. So,
yeah,
I mean, it's just ridiculous. And and it was funny right after he talks about all the other members wanting their cut. What song comes on? Puppet Parade. Imagine that. So, yeah, and I mean, so Chris, you've listened to the album a bunch, and Brian, you said that Puppet Parade might be the best song on the record to you potentially. Do you still not like Puppet Parade after a whole bunch of listens? Like, are you still completely
I don't
against
like
that
it.
one?
I just
okay.
All of the mid-tempo stuff on the entire record I found to be tremendously lazy. Maybe there's some animosity with me toward it, but for a band that I worship like Megadeth, and I truly do, it probably doesn't sound like that tonight, but Megadeth's in my top 10 easy. I mean, one of my favorite all-time bands. And for them to go out with 2/3 of an album that is just mid-tempo, that it all feels like rejected cryptic writings stuff to me, or World Needs a Hero. And neither of those records are any good. There was never a moment listening to that album where I went and said, you know what, this could have fit on the first 5. And that says a ton. If there was even one song, that I could say, well, maybe that could have fit on Countdown, or maybe Euthanasia or something like that.
Yeah.
Then I might like it a little more. But all this mid-tempo stuff is just, it's the lazier stuff that everybody points to when they say these are the bad half of Megadeth's catalog. He's writing Poppy's shit for the most part, and it just didn't work.
Yeah. No, I completely agree, man. I mean, at least Puppet Parade sounds, there's at least something to it musically that's a little more interesting than the rest.
Well, that's obviously because he makes the band listen to every song from start to finish of the catalog before they write. Another jewel of a lie that we got in this movie.
Yes, we did. Yeah. Oh my God. Where is that note? Oh yeah. He made Dirk and Timu and James listen to every song on every album and take notes and have to discuss every section, every solo part, like, what is that? That is just, oh.
He said it was like, what was 226 songs or something came out to be, I think they said.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God.
The thing about Puppet Parade, like, to me, it's just, I guess the reason I like it is it's a poor man's symphony of destruction. Like, I like that. Despite the only chorus that I can remember, it's like, as we march in line. Like, that's like the only line from the whole damn album that, like, I can kind of stick out and still remember. Probably because I listen to that song more than the others. But it's a poor man's symphony. I know Chris can't stand the song Trust. To me, it's kind of a cross between those two. It's like a poor man's version of those. But yeah, it's like it takes us until, what do we say? This is song 5. Even though Tipping Point I think was good, I think it sort of loses a little bit the more I hear it. And I think Puppet Parade is still my favorite song on there. But again, there's no breakdown like there is in Trust. There's no dynamics like there is in Symphony of Destruction. It kind of just plods through the whole thing.
I completely agree. I completely agree with that. Like I said, I would still take Tipping Point over that one, or potentially I Am War, or sorry, Made to Kill, but that's not saying much. So, all right, goddamn internet. Okay, so let's read the lyrics, because let's get to the gem of the record. So we have another bad day. Woke up on the floor again, no idea just where I've been. My phone is dead and the rent is due. I lost my job and I lost a tooth. It's just another bad day, another bad day, another bad day. It's just, I tried so hard to keep things straight, but every move just tempts my fate. You moved on and I stayed behind, trapped in a life I can't rewind. Just another bad day, another bad day, another bad day, another bad day. My life's a mess, but I call it mine. Dusted dreams in a cluttered mind. Every scar is a line I drew of everything that you put me through. And then 2 choruses. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, that's good.
Cale McLeish nails it. Skip. Yeah. Yes. Brian, what were your first thoughts when you heard that song? And you know, like, I think all 3 of us were like, what did he just say? He lost a tooth? Like, I mean, what the...
I had to pull this up to get the actual lyrics because I'm a huge fan of the TV show Scrubs. It reminds me of the intro. It's like, out the door just in time, head down the 405, gotta meet the new boss by 8 a.m. Like, it freaking reminded me of, like, Scrubs is my all-time favorite show, and I'm like, is this like the really bad angry metal, dad metal, you know, playing in his garage version of the Scrubs theme song? Like, yes. I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know.
Oh my God.
I don't know, but yeah, I just remember, like, I think I was the first one to totally start losing it. Then you guys are just going off. Like, that was the first time where I just couldn't stop laughing. Like, when he goes, another bad day, and I'm like, wait, what? What are we doing here? Like, you're a 13-year-old girl. Oh yeah, bad day. You know,
had a bad day again. Oh wait, sorry, wrong one.
Like, I actually don't mind that song. That's Fuel, but
well, no, that's what I'm saying. Like,
oh God, yeah, no, it's just, that's just, come on, Dave. Like, you can maybe defend anything else on this album, but you can't defend that. That's just,
no.
There's no defending that song and those words. I'm sorry.
No, not at all.
Well, as an experiment, while you two were just talking about this, I went to Chat GPT.
Oh no.
Oh, God.
And I said, write me lyrics for a song called Another Bad Day, talking about my struggles in day-to-day life. Would you like to see if these are better than what Dave actually wrote for his other bad day?
Yes.
Alarm clock screaming like it knows my name. Another morning, same old wait. Mirror shows a face I barely recognize, trying to smile, but it don't look right. Oof. Coffee cold, thoughts running hot, bills on the table, dreams in a box. Everyone says you'll be okay, but they don't fear the things my head still says. And then it goes, I'll read you the chorus. I'll read you I'll skip to the chorus because this is might be better. It's just another bad day, but I'm still breathing somehow. Another bad day. Try not to let it get me down. I'm tired of being strong, tired of acting okay, but I'm still here, yet I stayed. Guess I survived another bad day. It's almost identical.
It's another bad day. I can't believe this is my life. It's another bad day. How will I deal with all this strife?
It's a really bad day, so I'm going to kill my wife.
Exactly. Wow. Yeah, that's. Oh my God.
If there was, I know it's not definitive proof that this stuff was written by ChatGPT, but that's a hell of a clue.
Well, yeah. And I mean, Dave's are so unimaginative, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Jesus. Look at Jeremy Lynn Nations. Hopefully the tour does well for the band, though, because dental implants and sheets are pretty expensive. Nice. Cale McLeish. I take a Fact, Dave didn't use ChatGPT. ChatGPT's lyrics are marginally better.
You know what? I wish there was an instrumental version of that song out there. If there was, I would convert those lyrics to it. I'd sing it myself just to give you an example to play.
It's so great.
My favorite part of the verse is "My life's a mess, but I call it mines." I thought that was interesting.
Mines.
That is an old Hendrickson. That's awesome. Oh my god. Yeah. So my next note here, and we're gonna run long. Remember he was telling, like, he'd be telling a story about a song or something, and it had absolutely nothing to do with anything. It was like, what in the fuck? Like, what is he talking about? Like, you know, he gets a song like Made to Kill. So I was out buying a burrito the other day and I saw an armadillo. And I was like, is that armadillo spray painted with a swastika? Interesting. Well, I guess I'll go buy some cotton candy. Okay. Like, oh, what? Huh? What? Like, I mean, it was just ridiculous. He did it multiple times where we went, wait, what is he talking about?
Right?
Like, we thought he was maybe getting to like a point or a metaphor or something, but no, it was just him kind of like, okay. So a couple quick notes here. This I didn't know, and you didn't either, Chris, Brian, I'm sure you didn't. The countdown to God damn it. The Countdown album cover was originally made for Y&T, and they showed it side by side.
Right.
So it was an idea that the artist had for Y&T, and then Megadeth ended up taking it. So it's like, holy shit, okay. And then we get to Risk, where he talks about writing with Bud Prager. And
threw him right under the bus.
Yep, he said that Bud Prager helped with a couple songs on Cryptic Writings or something, so they got him to do all of Risk, and he wrote just complete dog shit. So Mustaine was like, yeah, the songs he wrote sucked. And we put the record out. Like, okay, wait a minute. So you're telling me that he wrote nothing but trash, and you were like, okay, let's put the record out. That is, again, another flat out goddamn lie.
Yeah. Yeah. Are we supposed, forget the fact that Risk was a dog. Are we supposed to forget it that exact time in their career, Megadeth may have been at their most popular moment?
Yep.
Because that was that point where they crossed over and were having, singles and stuff on the radio for the first time. And so you're going to tell me that this band that was chart topping in some or at least high on the charts band didn't have the stroke to say, nah, we're not going to do this dog that we wrote. We're going to pull it back and do something else.
Yeah.
Lazy.
It's, I mean, what did you think when he said that, Brian? Like when he's like, oh, it's all Bud Prager's fault. Like, what?
Well, it's like way to throw the guy, just like Chris is saying, like, dude, you were there. You're responsible. It's your, when, this is your band. It's 80% your band, right? So you're responsible for 80% of the turd that is Crush 'Em and that other stuff, even if you brought in an outside writer. I don't know. I just think it's a cowardly thing. Like, just own it. Just said, I wanted to work with this guy. I thought it was a good idea, and it wasn't. Just leave it at that. Don't put all the blame on him, man. You were there, and you have more control than anyone in that band. It's your band. It's your name. You're the one that gets the lion's share of the touring money and the songwriting credits and everything. So like, just own it. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same we talk about that stupid ass Lulu album. Like, just own that it's terrible, rather than going, well, we just tried something, we thought, blah blah blah. Just shut up. Just admit it sucked, man. Come on. Like,
and am I wrong in thinking that Dave has now officially changed the story? Because for years I've heard the story that it was Marty's fault.
Yep.
Forever he blamed Marty. He said Marty wanted to go into a different direction, and so they just did it to appease Marty. Well, now it's Bud Prager's fault. So whose fault was it?
Yeah. 100%. That's, like you said, the amount of bullshit and lying in the goddamn movie. It was just like, dude. And the worst thing is when he lies about things where the story that he's talking about, that he's completely repurposing, has already been out there for years, and fans already know the story. So, like, how do you think you're going to get away with that?
Do you think that he didn't think that it was going to be hardcore fans that were going to see this? That he thought it was going to be casuals?
Exactly. Yep.
That's crazy. What casual metal fan that can't name 3 songs from any of these bands, Megadeth, Slayer, Metallica, Anthrax, but every once in a while they hear Train of Consequences and they think, yeah, that's pretty good. You know, which one of those fans is going to go to a Megadeth movie?
Yeah.
I would bet that we were the only 3 in the room that didn't have a Megadeth tattoo somewhere on us.
Yep.
Well, actually, hang on.
He's got Vic Rattlehead on his ball bag.
Yeah.
So, got all the albums on one side of my cock, but that's all.
Nice. All right. So Made to Kill. I mean, you and I, Aiken, both, and you know, I know Brian, I was like, fuck yeah. And then Aiken, you were like, finally a Megadeth song. Like, yeah, okay. A little bit better lyrically, finally. And it had that thrash element to it. So it's kind of got that tipping point vibe to it where it's, you know, at least you're getting back into Megadeth territory.
Yeah. It was the only song. It is the only song on the record that sounds like true Megadeth. It's the only one. Nothing else would fit on most of the albums, at least in my mind.
No, I 100% agree.
Yeah, it's back to the you know, Dave the evil apocalyptic, you know, what the heck, I can't talk. The apocalyptic, you know, like narrator guy, you know, about the doomsday and the end of the world and shit. That's the stuff he does best, you know. And if we have to do that for an entire album, I'd rather hear that than most of what he came up with on here.
I'd rather hear that than dental surgery or whatever the fuck he was singing about. I mean, come on.
You mean you'd rather hear a whole record of that than Obey the Call or I Am War?
Yeah.
I don't mind, I didn't mind those two either. I didn't think those were that bad. But
Jesus, Brian.
Wow.
Do you get a discount from AARP for hearing tests?
I don't think they're as bad as Another Bad Day or Hey God, but you know, everything's got
that's not saying much, man.
Well, no, again, I'm just being honest in my rankings here. I said there's 3 I probably really like, and some that are okay, and some that are pretty bad. So.
Right. Aaron Taft, was the documentary made by Marty DeBerg? Nice. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know. Obey the Call. I mean, after Made to Kill, I was like, okay, are we going to get some more Megadeth on here? And unfortunately, no. The answer is no. No, I mean, God, this stuff just runs together to me.
Oh yeah, as we said, there's
I have warts. See, Doug should be the lyricist, man. Let him do it.
Which was Obey the Call the one that started with the drum thing?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
no, I think that. Yeah.
Whichever one, I'm just like, this doesn't sound good. Like it just sounds like some guy just.
I thought that a lot in that hour and a half.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I just thought that flat out, that drum intro thing just sounded like some guy who was practicing during sound check. I don't know. It didn't sound like something that we know Dirk is capable of doing.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it almost Made to Kill was the drum intro. Thank you, Cal.
Okay.
I mean, I get it fits the song, but it was almost kind of shoehorned in there.
Which still, okay, that is one of the best riffs, but it has that horrible drum thing to start it, which I didn't even remember which song it was in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just
and I don't know. And with Doug McCauley, the last note, the last brown note. Nice. I mean, and Brian, to your point about the drums, I think I don't mind like the toms and the kick and the snares, but I was telling Aiken this. The cymbals sound like if you were file sharing something. Like they really have that hissy wash. Like they're not full and rich or anything. I'm like, which again, like just makes me wonder if they just slapped this together in Pro Tools.
Yeah, the cymbals do sound a lot like they're splashing in a pool or something. It's like,
yeah,
you know, it's not clean.
Kale, I like obey the call, but God damn it, I Am War gave me cancer.
Well, Mustaine must have wrote it 5 years ago then.
Yeah, right. Oh my God, we are
too much.
Enjoy your Mustaine interview later next week, there, buddy.
Somehow I think it just got canceled.
Yeah, right.
The fact that I made a cancer joke, I think I'm done.
The publicist email's waiting for you as we speak. Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, it's just, the obey the call, I Am More, that like, they're just kind of there, and it's, I don't know.
Like, I Am War would be fine for like a WWE entrance or something. It's that generic, you know.
Yes,
like,
yes, I agree with that.
But
I don't.
But again, when you're like, we're trying to go out with a bang with our biggest, our best album, and it just, I don't. Okay, so here's a question for you guys: Did they go into this knowing? Did he go into this knowing this was going to be the last album he make? And when you go into it knowing that, how much does that totally fuck with the process, and like either trying too hard or second guessing yourself, or just being like, fuck it, I just got to get it out of my system and be done. Like, I think that's more of a negative if you go into it right away knowing it's your last album. What do you think?
Go ahead, John.
I think it sounds like a contractual obligation. And I mean, he's got, what is that syndrome that he's got? He's got something that like basically makes his fingers bend towards his palm, and he can still play, but as it progresses, like he may not be able to. So he's got to like shit or get off the pot, basically, I think. And so I think it was just, okay, I owe him an album. I got to get my ass on tour. So here's a record. Here's a record. And let's go. Let's get on the tour bus.
But
like,
did he know it was going to be the last one going in? That's my question.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. I mean he had one left on the contract, so he had to.
Okay.
No, it's a guess.
That's not true.
It's not true. Okay.
No, because he just signed with the Black and Black imprint. It's a brand new label, so
that's his own label, though, isn't it?
No, that's sub of Frontiers.
I thought I read that it's his.
I know for a fact it's not. Biohazard's on it as well. It's a sub of Frontiers.
Well, maybe
I'm right. I'm right. You're wrong. That's not new.
Okay. Well, so it's not a contractual obligation record then. Okay.
No, I also don't believe it's the last record. Not even a little bit.
Anytime these assholes say it's farewell or the last, it's like, whatever, dude. Whatever, dude.
He already said he's going to record a solo album after this, which is a disaster. And no, unless he totally produces it himself, no one's going to put out a solo record from Dave Mustaine. They're going to say, get some musicians and call it Megadeth, or we won't put it out. There's a huge difference between selling a Megadeth record with all new players, which is not uncommon, and selling a Dave. Look at the sales on the MD 45 record that he did. He sold none of that. And that was when he decided he was done with Megadeth the first time. Then he went and did that record, and no one cared. Nobody even remembered. It was, he had the punk guy that Lee Ving sing on it, and it was so bad that he took the Lee Ving guy off and put his own voice on it, and still no one bought it.
Well, here's, by the way, Circle J, great to see you, brother. He said, Circle J, isn't this a solo record? Like, yeah,
pretty much.
But so that raises an interesting question. I'll ask Brian first. Do you think if you put out a Dave Mustaine solo record and it says Dave Mustaine on it, that it would actually sell a little bit, and certainly more than MD45, because no one knew what the fuck MD45 was? Like, what do you think? Personally, I think a Dave Mustaine solo record might sell a little. When MD45 came out, if you're not like a hardcore Megadeth fan, I don't know who the hell would have known what that was. So what do you think, Brian?
I only think it would work if he did like an Iommi type thing where he gets a bunch of singers and stuff like that. Like, I think him coming out of the solo album and him doing his vocals and his vocals being what they are now, that doesn't make any sense at all to me. Like, just none.
And what fan is going to buy that record, Dave Mustaine, without Dave Mustaine singing?
I don't know. I mean, like I said, I like the Iommi stuff. You know, I mean,
Iommi was never a singer, though.
Yeah,
that would be like an Ozzy album without Ozzy.
Yeah, but Dave wasn't a singer either. I mean, let's be real.
But he is in Megadeth. Whether he's good or not, it's a whole nother thing. He never has. Yeah. He's been the singer.
Yeah.
Well, and the idea that he would do something and collaborate with that many other people, it's not going to happen anyway. So I don't know. Unless, I mean, I think his best bet would be just to do like an instrumental or something, and you'll have a few people buy it or whatever. Like, I mean, buy it. Nobody freaking buys anything. How many people have bought this are just listening to it for free off of Spotify like me?
You know? Oh, we're about to get to that. Okay. We're about to get to that. I have a theory, but
okay.
Yeah, I don't see the one thing I would say, I do have to agree with Aiken that if you're saying, hey, Dave Mustaine's just writing the riffs, like, but everybody else is singing it, that's people are gonna be like, okay, well, okay, whatever. I think the one benefit we know, I mean, Brian, we know his vocals are shot right now, but if he's not going to have to go out and tour on this thing, he can really blow it out in the studio because he's not going to have to recreate it live.
Yeah, so he can like 5 years from now, probably before he would even do something like this, or 3. Dude's gonna be 70 plus,
he said
right?
The tour is going to be 5 years.
Yeah, right.
The farewell tour was 5 years.
I thought it was 3 years.
Yeah, I thought
5.
Yeah, he's not going to have anything left vocally.
He may not live that long. And I'm not even trying to be an asshole about it. I mean, he's already in his late 60s, mid 60s.
Is he 68? I think
there's got to be at least late 60s.
How old is Dave Mustaine? I could swear, for some reason, 68 is sticking in my head. 64. He was born September 13th of 1961.
Way older than that, man. It's like this.
Yeah, he does.
So he'll be roughly 70. I hope he retires. I hope he does the David Coverdale thing and says, you know what? I'm out. All social media disconnected, and just goes off into his own world. Enjoy your life. You've been a miserable prick for the last 40 years. Go have some fun.
And if he's gonna stay out there, I know he's like drop tuning everything, which all singers do when they get up there. But I hope he at least like changes up the set list to put some stuff in there that was like at least somewhat in his mid-range at some point, because I've heard some songs that he does from recent records that weren't drop tuned, where he's singing like this and hitting a note, but then he has to drop tune him live. He's like, I'm singing like this and I'm hitting a note. It's like, wow, what the fuck is that? Like, so at least pick something that was maybe right here, so now it's at least right here, and he could do, you know. It's otherwise I'm like, yeah.
Just do like the Don Dokken thing where you talk. Like that sounds so good when he does that. Like it's not bad.
What do you mean I don't believe in God?
Talk
to him every day.
Aiken, he can't do the Don Dokken. He can't do the Don Dokken. Don Dokken hand wave. Oh my God.
Still one of the funniest days of our life. You gotta admit that, John.
Hell yes. That was awesome. Oh my God. All right. So yeah, so the last note I have to say is just kind of there, and I am just not a fan of a band being like, okay, it's our last record, let's make a sappy goodbye song. Something about that just feels cheesy to me, and his is just about, the roar of the crowd's gone, and I've done this my whole life. Like, okay, we get it, whatever.
At least he made a great video for it.
Right.
Seriously, the one time he could have done something with it.
Yes.
The one time it would have made sense. And clearly, if you watch the rest of the video, you know he had all those, flyers and badges and everything. And
that was for a song
of all the guys.
That was he had all that stuff, and he used it on another song. Like, what?
Use it for that one instead of.
It's just a still picture with a camera just panning down it slowly.
Brian's background is more entertaining than the video.
Right.
My background with just taking that down and showing the paneling is more entertaining.
Right. True.
No, I'm gonna disagree a little bit. I don't mind the way they kind of put this at the end like that. And I think there's some cool moments. The problem is they just like you finally get a little bit of something different. There's an acoustic guitar, but it's playing like these plucked out single notes like on the one melody, and I'm like, I can freaking play that. Like I don't know, you don't have to go prog on there, but strum out some cool like broken arpeggio things behind it or something. I don't know, fill it up somehow, just like it's going tink 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 tink, like doubling it on. It's just
there should never be a moment that us hack guitar players feel like we should be able to play anything from Megadeth.
Well, right.
It just doesn't work.
Yeah, it sounds like a kid practicing or something. I don't know. I can't like. I think the intent was there for this song, and maybe it could have been pulled off, but it just wasn't really executed great, in my opinion.
Well, and it's also going out with a whimper. I mean, if you're Megadeth, you're like, this is our last record. Here's our last song. Don't you want to like? Again, go out with something that you're just like punching, screaming and kicking, and not some plink, 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 slow, plink, plink, slow. Right. Like it's kind of like, I mean, but in that respect though, it's kind of it's kind of like apropos. It's fitting for the record. This whole record is them going out with a fucking whimper, and this record goes out with a fucking whimper, and or does it? Or does it?
It does.
There's a bonus track. What does that even mean anymore? Why do
I forgot to listen to the bonus track shit.
Wait, what's the other bonus track?
I think it's called Bloodlust.
Yeah, it's on the Target version, I want to say.
Oh, okay. You had to buy the vinyl to get that or something.
I didn't listen to either. They're both on YouTube, but I cared so little after listening to the album that I didn't listen to either one. I was like,
right. Well, I think it was Kale in the chat earlier that said that the 2 unreleased songs might be better than anything on the actual album.
Wow. So that's like saying NyQuil tastes better than cough syrup.
That's a great analogy. So before we get to the the cover, some final notes on the thing. One of the things he said, we won't be limited to what we can play on the tour. Okay, like you're going to play anything different.
I think you're limited by your voice.
He don't care.
No, that's true. He's going to play 2. He's going to play I Don't Care because it's the shortest one. And he'll probably play Tipping Point, and that's it.
Or Puppet Parade.
He's not going to play Puppet Parade. No way. It's too long.
It's a ridiculous premise to go, we can play anything. It's like, no, you can't.
No, you can't. We're still going to have the same 75 minutes you've been giving us the last 10 years.
I mean,
shut up.
That's fine. I mean, you got to play all the main hits, whatever. But like to sit there and pretend like we could play anything, literally. Like no, like you said, you can't.
Yeah,
it's a hollow statement. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. I mean, Kale says they've already played "Let There Be Shred" live. Okay.
Oh,
so
great.
All right. Yeah. He also says Bloodlust.
Where can I get tickets?
He also says Bloodlust and Nobody's Hero, that's the other bonus track, thank you, are both better than this fucking album. Yeah, but it's not better than all put together.
Maybe that's how you get people to buy the vinyl then, is you like have the people that buy it tell you how great those songs are, then they got to go purchase it or something.
Well, oh God. Yeah, like so, I mean, if we wrote a 15-song set list right now and said, here's what we're guessing they're going to play on this tour, we would probably get what, 12 songs? Minimum 10 songs, right? If not 12.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it has. I mean, honestly, that's why I haven't gone to see him in a while. I know Dave's voice is shot, but I'm a huge Megadeth fan. But I haven't seen them in years because I started seeing the set list. I'm like, I've seen this every single damn show. I see the same effing set list. Like, oh my God.
Well, the hook to a Megadeth show now is not seeing Dave Mustaine anymore. It's seeing Timu, or I forget what the guy's name was before Timu, but he was a real good player as well. The hook has become seeing who the guitar player is instead of seeing Dave. And that all by itself makes me no longer even remotely interested in seeing Megadeth.
Yeah. Now I'm drawing a blank on that. What was the guy? It was
Kiko.
What was that guy's name?
Thank you. Kiko Loureiro. Yeah.
Yeah, Kiko Loureiro. Yeah, from
Pedro Guerrero.
Yeah, right. Wait, what?
Kiko Serrano.
Aaron Taft has a good point, though. He's like, with all this said, I'm looking forward to seeing them with Iron Maiden and Anthrax. Yeah, that's actually pretty solid, Bill. I mean,
watch like we go to the concert and a bunch of people get video of like the three of us singing along to like the two new songs on the album.
I'm at my tipping point. Yeah.
And then we get blasted online.
Well, they're doing that. They're like, I've reached my tipping point, and then they go into and they're like, what song is this? Is this like a bonus track? Like, what is this? Was this on
heavy garbage?
What is this? All this guitar playing. What is that?
I'm here for Die Dead Enough. Come on.
See, that's a song. It's a dumb lyric, but that's a song I don't mind on a poor album. So
yeah, I like that song. It's all right.
Yeah. So he also said, we're not going to be limited on what we play because someone doesn't want to learn someone else's solos. Oh, like Dave Mustaine is going to have a hired gun tell him, I'm not playing that song. I'm not going to learn the solo. That won't fucking happen.
Yeah. That hasn't happened since Marty was there. It happened when Marty was there, but
yeah,
Marty was so goddamn good. He had to put up with it.
Yeah. I mean, I know a couple like really amazing guitar players and they've all told me, they're like, dude, Marty Friedman's shit is really difficult. Mm-hmm. So, so I mean, Marty was like the gold standard, man. Like, just he's got this feel and everything, and it's whew, man. So this was I think Brian, you referenced this one earlier. He said there are 3 ways to do it. There's the musician's way, mine and the musician's way, and my way. That gives the musicians all this freedom. No, it doesn't, because there's only your way.
Yeah, it made no sense at all what he was saying.
No, and then that was when he was It was like basically on his soapbox about, well, people would bring me riffs, but they were basically garbage, and they would be mad that we wouldn't use them on the record, but they suck. It's like, well, okay, but did they really suck? Or are you just saying no, because you got to get your 80% on there, Dave? I mean, you're completely just contradicting yourself. So I don't know. And then,
am I the only one that watched this documentary, this film, and thought to my film, whatever? Am I the only one that watched it and thought, if this is what they kept, what did they cut out of this? Because they kept so much stupid shit. What must he have said that got cut out of this thing?
Oh, I thought you meant for the album itself.
No, I mean for his. Well, yeah, I know what they cut. They cut all these songs from other albums.
You're right. Well, I mean, I think the question there is, was Dave the one in the editing room saying, I want that in, I want that in? Because I mean, if this is like, I think that makes your point, because if he was, and this is the shit he wanted kept,
yeah,
like, dear God, like, yeah.
So remember when Saint Anger came out, and it came with the video where they showed the band playing the entire song.
Yeah,
like if they had done that with this, if they had done that with this, like, and just kept it live or whatever, and don't do any overdubs or whatever. Like, here's the song, we're just gonna play them live for you. Like, I don't know. I think most people I think would have a better appreciation for the album in general. Like, I don't think they're going to sit around and love it, but do something like that. I just thought the way this whole thing was executed was not done well. It's like, it's a kind of a half-assed biography. Yeah. Dave talking, blah, blah. Oh, well, here's a new song coming up. Like it just didn't feel like it worked. Like, to me, like, I don't know, like maybe do the listening party at the beginning or the end or something. I don't know. It just wasn't.
And the room they shot it in looks like all 3 of our rooms if we take down the green screens.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it just looked like a regular old attic or something. It didn't look like they could have done so much better to make it like with a studio or something to make it look metal or from a stage, even maybe from in front of the drum riser on a stage, to where it looks like Megadeth and he spent his whole life on stage and something. Instead, we get this, I don't know, he's sitting there and there's a stack of books or something on on the side of him, and I don't know what
Right.
that was. And there's
Yeah.
there's Funko Pop things or whatever those things are called.
The little
You know,
guitars, yeah.
Yeah, just a bunch of junk. Nothing quality about the look of it. It just looked bad.
Well, like I said, that's the whole thing feels uninspired, like cash grabby, which we'll get to in just a second. Doug McCauley. On the Canadian version of the album, the last song is The Last Note.
Newt.
The last note, eh?
It's The Last Note, eh? What's that about? Oh my God. Wow. The Sadist Nation says System Has Failed is my second favorite Megadeth album. It got great ratings. Saying it's bad is actually the rare take. I don't know about that.
It's not
I
great.
think it was. Yeah, I don't know.
Listened to it the other day. It ain't that great. I don't care what,
dude.
First of all, I don't care what any critic says, because a critic ain't nothing but you or me that thinks they're more important than you or me.
Yeah.
You know, so critics don't mean shit. And that wasn't System Has Failed. Was which one came first? System Has Failed or Abominations? United Abominations. I think System Has Failed, right?
United Abominations was right after that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. System Has Failed is when he came back from the sleeping on his arm wrong or whatever. And it
sleeping on his arm.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, sleeping on a needle wrong, maybe, but
Yeah,
maybe, but you know, the second one I thought was better. United Abominations, I thought was a great record.
Yeah, I agree.
But System Has Failed just felt, I don't know, a half notch better than that turd The World Needs a Hero. It was still a turd.
Yeah. And to me, the lead guitar tone on System Has Failed is horrible. Yeah. That was just, oh my God, like how they let that get through. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah. By the way, I can I go backwards a little bit into your notes? I think you missed something that I thought was very important.
I only have one more note, so yeah.
The way he threw Al Pitrelli under the bus was criminal.
What the hell was that?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was so he look, I'm going to be very honest here. I'm coming at this from a place of I know Al personally. I just interviewed Al actually like a month ago, and I know Al. I've known Al for 20 whatever years, and he is one of the true good guys in the business. He really is a nice guy. For him to say, this guy Al Pitrelli comes in to do World Needs a Hero, pretty good guy, just wasn't right for this band. It's like, you are such an asshole. Yep. Why are you throwing him under the bus? He came in, he did the job, and that was it. You moved on. Okay, you don't have to throw him under the bus for that.
No, you're not wrong. I mean, it's just another example of him just being a total peckerhead.
Yeah.
Like,
even if Al was an asshole, it wasn't necessary. It's not. I mean, when was World Needs a Hero? 2001?
Yeah.
So we're going to open a 25-year-old butthurt wound? So stupid.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like, yeah. And that's the thing, like to Brian's point, like the documentary part was done so poorly. Like, wouldn't you like to see something like this with the other members actually talking about their time? You know, what I mean,
would have been good.
That's what you get from all these other stuff. From all these other like biopics and all that other stuff. Like, you get the perspective of the other people. You know, even if they don't get along, they still are in there saying, "Hey, well, here's we did this record and we did it this way, this and the other." You know, Dave, instead, again, it's just like he just makes it out to where like nobody fucking matters.
Yeah,
like he would have done this without any input from anybody, and it's like, holy shit! Like, okay, like you're a prolific writer, that's great. You've written some great stuff, but if you notice, ever since the Menza and Friedman lineup, when you were writing collaboratively, it's been downhill. When you're just sitting there like, nope, I'm writing 80% of it.
Right.
I mean, it's, come on.
Yeah.
You know, and the records have been spotty. You get a record that sounds like you give a shit, then you get a record that sounds like you don't give a shit. You know, what was it? Like if I have my order correctly, like you had 13 following up Endgame. And everyone's all pumped up because you get Endgame. Everyone's like, what a fucking great record. And then here comes 13, which is just like, okay. All right. And then you get Super Collider. And then you get fucking Dystopia. You're like, what is going on here?
Yeah. Like, you get the Sick, the Dying, and the Dead, and you just think, yeah, Megadeth, they're back.
Yeah. And then you get this.
Then they end with a whimper.
Yeah. And one last note that I have, and Doug, thank you for pointing out that I said it's the last note. So this one we all laughed at like crazy. He claims that when he was trying to get Menza and Marty and Ellefson to do the Rust in Peace lineup again, that they wanted to know what they were going to make. So he was pissy because they asked what they were getting paid. And then he claims he couldn't tell them what they were going to get paid. I mean, does it get any more bullshit than that?
No.
Dave Mustaine not knowing what he's going to pay somebody. What are we going to get paid? I don't know.
Well, my question continues to be, Megadeth is not four buds in a room in Arizona somewhere.
Yeah,
it's a business.
Mm-hmm.
And your employees, which you made it very clear that's what these guys were. Employees want to know what they're going to be paid.
Yeah.
That is what John, Brian, either one of you, which one of you goes to your job and is like, I don't care if I get paid. I'm just here because this work rules.
Yeah.
Oh, you've worked at CBS too.
And it's
you go through all that. He's talking like that's how it should be. These guys should be honored to have their picture on the back of a Megadeth t-shirt. So it's like, dude, come on.
Go ahead.
Exactly.
I make here at some point.
Especially when that is the lineup that everyone wants to see. So it's going to be like a career resurrection for him, but he is still going to tell them, well, I'm getting 80% and you guys are splitting 20. I mean, come the fuck on. And he wouldn't even tell them that. Supposedly. Well, I don't know. Give me a fucking break, man.
That was the most outrageous thing he said in the entire video or movie or whatever we're calling this thing.
It was terrible. It was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible. Okay, Brian, you said you had a point to make?
I need to get a prop to do this with. Remember like Jim Carrey Christmas Carol at the very beginning when they're burying Marley and he's like,
oh yeah.
He's like, it's like then the guy's like, it's like that's what he sounded like, man. Not to mention he looked older than him, and it was like, like, dude, man, come on, man. Like it just sounds so preposterous. Like the idea that they even wanted to know, just like Chris said, that they even wanted to know what they were going to get paid. It was insulting to me. You know why they wanted to know? Because they knew they were going to get bent over and hosed.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know, it's like.
Yeah. What professional musician is going to go on a tour of, I don't know, Europe and then come home and say, well, here's a check for $1,200. Thanks.
Yeah. Again, especially when they're the draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when they're the draw. I mean, Chris, so how much of an increase in pay do you think Megadeth would have gotten if they actually did the Rust in Peace lineup reunion tour?
Triple whatever they make now. Triple.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say. But Dave's not going to be like, okay, here's your percentage. I mean, why not just do it like Kiss? They went to Peter Criss and Ace Frehley and said, okay, we're going to do a reunion. Here's the deal. You each get $5 million, take it or leave it. What's the, no. There is no negotiating. We're going to hand you $5 million a piece to do this. And that's it. You don't got to do anything but show up and play $5 million. Like, why? You can't just do that to them and say like you're getting like, you're each getting 20% and I'm going to take 40%.
Yeah.
You know what? I
mean, think
that's just unfucking believable, man.
Yeah. Well, he's that way.
Holy shit. Look at this. Okay. Before we get to Ride the Lightning, because we got to do that. Andrew D. Kraft, thanks for tuning in. He says, Al was just fine. Rude Awakening was a fun DVD. I was not a fan of Jimmy DeGrasso's drumming on that. It annoyed the shit out of me. But that's a whole nother topic. He's a very good drummer. I just didn't like him in Megadeth. He also says, I also love System Has Failed. Chris Poland sounds great. No, he doesn't. His notes were fine, but his guitar tone on that record was absolute dog shit, bro. We just talked. I don't know if you were tuned in when we were just talking about that. Like, he's a great player. I mean, just an unbelievably great player. But his guitar tone was horrible. I
forgot he even came back on that one.
Yeah, that was Dave, because that was supposed to be like a Dave Mustaine solo record, and like the
right. I remember that part of it, yeah.
Yeah. So he had Chris Poland play the solos and whatnot. So, yeah. All right.
We got to say, so for our new listeners and viewers on here, though, like when we rip on you guys, like, we love the fact that you're on here, so don't take it personally. Yeah. I mean, the fact that you're, saying you like Megadeth albums and you're tuning in to listen to us talk about this shit is amazing. So I just want to clarify that so we don't piss.
They're classic metal show people, so they're used to Aiken just telling them to fuck off. Fuck off every other. Yeah, we are very tame. They basically feel like they're getting hugged right now.
Oh, okay, never mind then. I'll shut the fuck up myself. Yeah. I have one final point I want to make before we round up here. But
okay.
So this is the second so-called music movie I've gone to now. I went to the Ghost thing last summer or whatever.
I'm sorry.
But and that's one where they spent like all this money on video and audio and everything and production. Like, why are we only getting the audio that comes out of the front speaker from the movie thing? Like, this was a horrible experience to like listen to an album. Like it would have been better just like if we could have like streamed it through our phones or something while it was going on. Like, it sounded absolutely terrible. It sounded so thin. Like, it's just not the way to do a quote album listening party. Like, again, like we'd be better off just sitting in our car or something, like at the movie theater, where we hook up that speaker to it or whatever. Like, it's just like, it sounded absolutely horrible. And I think, again, you combine that with Dave, with already like questioning it, like just none of those things helped to make this a great experience. In my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think there was any way that Cinemark was ever going to take like one of their premium theaters and be like, well, let's play this Megadeth thing that 30 people bought a ticket to when we can have something.
No, they put us way in the back. Jeez, what were you in, theater 28 or something?
Yeah. Yep.
We were next to the broom closet in the bathroom.
Fantastic. But even in those other theaters, a regular movie, you still get the sound coming behind you and on the sides. Like, there was nothing. It was all from the front.
Yeah,
it was very strange. I did, and it was the exact same with that Ghost thing. I don't get it. So
I don't know much about. I wonder if they mixed it that way. I wonder if that was like they cheesed out on it so much that they actually didn't have it in like
just the way iPhones sound, man.
Right. That's why the cymbals are sounding like
it's not even surround sound. It's just like put it in the other speakers,
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just, again, he just like, as soon as it started, I'm like, this is exactly how that fucking Ghost thing was, and it drove me crazy. I don't know. It just does not create a great atmosphere to like, if you're really wanting or hoping, or even if you were like, still were like kind of like you loved what you heard going in. Like, I don't think this helped, you like it anymore. That's for damn sure.
No, I think it was just basically like you're getting your first taste of the record. And you could say whether or not you like it, and then if you want to go dig into it and put on the headphones or crank it up in your car or something, like, cool.
Right.
But I mean, I fully expected that, to be honest with you. I was, I kind of figured that would be kind of the way it goes. I mean, because anything I've seen, like when we saw the Big Four, or when we saw Live at Luna Park, the Dream Theater thing, it was kind of tinny and like they didn't give a shit about the sound either. Like, I go in the the redheaded stepchild theater back in the back that holds like 20 people and there's still gum stuck to the floor. Like, go watch it back there, like, so. But all right, so to wrap this whole thing up, of course we would be remiss if we did not talk about the cover of Ride the Lightning, which wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. And again, a lie from Dave Mustaine, because in all the interviews he did leading up to the record, he said, yeah, we do it a little bit faster. If you did it a little bit faster, it's maybe 2 beats per minute. Like that was the same. He changed like nothing. I heard like maybe 1 chord different, maybe 2. I mean, honestly,
it sounds like the Metallica song with a different singer, with a less good singer,
with modern production. Yeah.
But I mean, I don't like it at all.
I don't mind
it
because I can't say I like it. I don't mind it. It's like my fear was that, look at this idiot just getting up.
Hey, don't mind us, Brian. Go do what you're doing.
Yeah, go ahead. Look, he gets up for 1 second, then he comes back.
I don't want to miss this riveting talk about a cover, whatever it is.
He's like,
he wrote it. It's an original,
a cover of his own song.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna impersonate somebody. Who am I? I'm on my own podcast. And I'm the content of my own podcast. Who am I? Oh wait, that's Brian. Yeah, I can't say that I like it, love it, whatever, Chris. I honestly expected to be disappointed by it. Like have him fuck with the arrangement and say, well, this is how I would have done it. But the fact that he did it like verbatim, like I'm just not gonna buy that he wrote all of that way. And the Metallica said, we're gonna keep 100% of what Dave did. Like, okay.
I don't buy that Hammett especially would do that.
Yeah.
He's gonna want to
100%.
put his own spin on it.
Yeah.
I
thought Dave was going to fuck with it and he didn't. So I guess that makes it tolerable for me.
I mean, I could care less either way. The bigger picture to me is what it really says is you are at the end of a really great career. You got Grammys, You've sold millions of copies, you've toured the world, you've played in front of millions of people, and you're still hung up on this one thing that happened 50 fucking years ago.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, dude. If anything, he should have pulled out. I don't know. And I hate this record. So, and I know this is going to get me shit, but I really do not like Killing Is My Business Good, primarily because the production is just ass. Yeah, but it would have been great if he would have ended the way he started. Pull out whatever My Last Kind Words or whatever from that record, and end that way. Finish what you started, not finish what somebody else took to fucking amazing fortune. That's just lame, so lame.
I completely agree. But that's why I say it's a cash grab, and I think it's like there was so little effort put into the album that he threw that on there just to get people to be interested in it. Because when you listen to the album itself, you're just like, okay. And then it's like, okay, well, that's it. But if you put Ride the Lightning on there, then all of a sudden, the whole world's going to blow up. And of course it did. It was like a massive topic of conversation online. And, I mean, Kale's got a great idea. Kind of like yours, Chris. He says, I was expecting the last note to end with the piano intro from Last Rites. Yeah.
That would have been great.
He says, do the full circle thing Sabbath did. Yeah, that's cool, man.
Would have been great.
Yeah. Brian, what were your impressions of Ride the Lightning? I mean, did you like it? Like, was it what you were expecting? Like,
it's about what I expected. I enjoyed hearing like the modern production of it, because you listen to it now and it's just kind of thin. I thought it heavied it up a little bit, especially in the drums and bass stuff. What I thought was interesting about it was just hearing Dave when he's doing the verse and stuff. You're like, oh, this does seem like a Mustaine song. You know what I mean? Because you're used to the head feel, but as soon as he starts kind of putting his spin on it, you're like, God, this is totally a Dave kind of tone to it. And I thought that was a little bit unique and interesting in my aspect, because I never thought of hearing the original going, oh, this reminds me of Dave Mustaine now. But as soon as he kind of started singing just right off the bat, I was like, this does seem like a totally obvious Mustaine, like kind of Megadeth song almost. But yeah, I'm kind of with Chris. Like, I don't know why, there's sort of a part of it is sort of closure, I guess, to like, I don't know. We kind of made up because they let me do a song, even though I'm still mad at them, I guess. It just, it just seems silly. It seems kind of juvenile and like
desperate.
Yeah, almost desperate, almost like, hey guys, I'm doing them. And if you're gonna, like you said, if you're gonna do something, I don't know, like, well, what did he say in the video? Was it in that when he said something like, well, people would probably expect me to do something like Call of Cthulhu or whatever. I'm like, well, yeah, maybe just do that. I don't know. Don't do the fucking title track from Ride to Lightning. Like,
yeah,
like, I don't know. Do Killing Is My Business. Dude, like you said, that whole album sounds terrible. So do a modern version of any song off of there. I mean, even I don't know, fucking do Mechanics, even though it is Four Horsemen, but do it with today's production. Like,
yeah. And then you can glom onto Metallica once again.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, just anything like that would seem to make more sense. But I don't mind listening to it. But it's like, am I going to go back? I was like, oh, I can't wait to hear the Megadeth version or Dave's version of Ride to Lightning again. It's probably not. I mean,
yeah.
It's just, I mean, I just think the whole idea of cash grab too is just like, is there really that many more people going to go, I got to go buy this because this is on there? I don't know, man. Maybe 15 years ago or something, I might buy that. I don't think I buy it now.
It put more eyes on the record. I mean, the casual fan, or maybe Metallica fans that don't follow Megadeth anymore are like, well, I got to hear that or something. I mean, shit. Like, I don't know. It's just, unfortunately, it might be the best thing on the record. So, I mean, yeah. So, all right, quick final thoughts from each of us. For me, like I say, I hate to keep beating a dead horse. The whole thing just is uninspired to me. It just seems slapped together. I wouldn't be surprised if they Pro Tooled the shit out of it. And just, there's just it's such a disappointing end for me. I was like, really? Like, I completely agree. I think it was what Kale, I think, said it, that Sick, the Dying, and the Dead, that should have been like, that's what I would have expected from a final Megadeth record. But instead we got this. So all right, well, it is what it is. And Dave Mustaine just was so ungodly pompous and up his own ass in this movie that it was such a turnoff. He just like, he was God's gift to everything, and everybody else were just these little peons that happened to ride his coattails, and it's like, just stop, dude. So, whatever. I'm glad I went because we got to hang out and it was interesting to see the movie and stuff like that. But
yeah, and me and you drank quite a few drinks in quite a little amount of time.
Well, we had a couple shots and then like some cheap beers, like
a couple shots, and I think 5 beers in like an hour. We were there an hour, maybe an hour and 10 minutes, and
there were $3.
You had 6 drinks or 7 drinks or something.
Dude, that's the first time we've drank in probably over 2 years.
I know, it's a long time.
It's like we were making up for lost time, but so Chris. Yeah. Quick final thoughts on Behind the Mask and the self-titled Megadeth record, the final record.
Well, as far as the record goes, it is definitely encouraging to see that practical proof is out there that AI is not quite ready for the music world yet, because that album stinks, and it's clearly been enhanced by AI. No question in my mind. The lyrics came from ChatGPT or Grok or something. It's a garbage record. It's going to sit slightly above Super Collider on the back end of my catalog. It is never going to be played again. The movie, I don't know. I've had a practical run-in with Dave, so I'll just leave it as I was not even a little bit surprised by what an ass he was. So it just is what it is. It's could have been better. I wish it would have been better. I wish that we would have gone out with a good moment on what has been a great band, but we didn't. I mean, I guess it could be worse. We could see him going out there doing like some of the other bands that we see all the time and just sucking. So I guess from that perspective, we're okay. So I don't know. Disappointing, but it was fun hanging out. I'll say that.
Yeah. Right. All right. So
I can't
Brian,
wait till the Annihilator documentary comes out so we can go drink again.
There we go.
Talk about Jeff Waters.
All right, Brian, final thoughts.
Well, again, Oh, John's taking a whiz again.
I guess so.
Yeah. So if I had to rank this 1 to 10, I'm probably going to give it a 4.5 to 5. I still don't think it's quite as bad as you guys do. I agree in that it's in that cryptic writings vein, which there were parts of cryptic writing I didn't mind, but I just don't hear any metal or thrash elements to it. I hear that kind of a heavy rock, and we throw in enough minor keys and a little bit of a kind of a classical metal riff here and there to make us think we're going back to the old Megadeth, and we never get there, and I think Tipping Point had some great moments with those solos right out the gate, and we're like I got kind of excited. No, you didn't like as much as we did, but John, I got kind of excited hearing that, and then you get into the whole album, and you're just like, I don't know, man. I just think it gets to a point you try to make 18 albums, you're tired by the end. Is it forced? Is it lack of effort? Is it both? I don't know, man. It's kind of sad to see it go out like this, like Kale said. Like if we went out with Sick, Dying, and the Dead, it's like it's literally, it's almost allegorical in that sense. Like, yeah, we're sick, we're dying, we're dead here. Like we're dead. Let's just go ahead and end it now. And I mean, it's not going to be seen as something like Saint Anger or anything like that. It's not going to go down in that kind of territory, but it's almost worse. It's just kind of going to go down as, man, it was just sort of, they just sort of did it, like it's almost worse not being totally horrible than just kind of being boring in some sense.
Where do you put it? What's better than it and what's worse than it, as far as what are the two records it sits between?
Oh God. I mean, obviously, like Risk and all that's worse. I mean, I don't know. What are we at? There's how many? Is there 17
Risk,
albums
Super
total?
Collider, World Needs a Hero.
Yeah.
Is it better than those?
I'd say it's better than all those. Yeah.
Cryptic Writings?
Not better than Cryptic Writings. No, I thought Cryptic Writings had like 4 decent songs at least. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's 17 albums. This is like the 13th.
So it's on
best,
the back
maybe.
half. Bottom line is it's
easily on
the
the
bottom
back,
4.
Yeah, because your first 6 albums, other than maybe the debut, just because the production blows, your first 6 are what, home runs or whatever. Then you got some dead spots, and then I mean, I'm on record saying everything since Endgame, other than 13, I thought was pretty solid. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, what did you guys say? They're probably going to play Tipping Point, and I don't care. Somebody said they played Let There Be Shred. Kale said they saw that.
They played it live already. Yeah.
I mean, I guess you're going to get 2 songs, and probably one of them's Tipping Point, one of them's something else. So
isn't there a part in one of the songs that we said, oh, this is the obvious, hey, the crowd's going to chant this? And this is how little the album stuck with me, that I don't remember what song it is, but for some reason I remember thinking there was a song where, like, okay,
probably
this is the crowd thing.
Probably Puppet Parade, because it has that "As We March in Line." There's like a little sing-songy thing there. Like
maybe that's
the only
what
one.
it is.
That's the only one I could think of that really, like, unless they're going to go, "Hey God,
God,"
yeah. Most people are scared to sing songs about God. Like, no, they're not, but they're scared to sing ones that are this horrible.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly, man. Awesome. Well, all right, man. Well, Aiken, thank you very much for jumping on, dude. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you for the drinks and the food last week. That's very generous.
Sure.
I owe you one for that.
Sure.
So tell everybody what you got going on and where they can find you and all that fun stuff.
Classic Metal Show Saturday. Limping Out of the Fire Monday. Seth Show Wednesday. I don't know. You can find me at the Crunch game on Sunday, about 2:00. I'll be there. I don't know.
Nice.
I don't know. Just look on Rumble or wherever. If you look up my name, you'll find. If you look up my name, you look past the damn dog trainer that's still more famous than me, you'll find me.
Dog trainer.
And then pick a link. There's plenty of them.
All right. Well, thanks for jumping on, man.
Yep.
And we will catch you next time, bro.
All right. See ya
later. So there goes the mighty Chris Aiken, Vic Droogie head. Always a great time hanging out with him, man. He's got like the best insights. He's so direct about shit, man. So yeah, that was fun. That was fun, man. Like I say, just so underwhelmed. Just like when they first announced that they were doing this whole thing, like here's a career retrospective and we're going to do a listening party for the new record. I thought that is a kick-ass idea. And it just kind of, like Dave just cemented himself as an asshole to me, and it's just such a turnoff. So,
Well, we've talked before when you totally, the more you kind of try to hype something and get excited about it, the harder you're going to fall and be let down most of the time.
Yeah. I don't know. I just thought after that last record that he was like, had the fire back, and it was, I'm like, man, he's going to just be ripping. And that was most certainly not the case.
I mean, he just looked like, to me, and forget all the parts about being like ass, like he just looked like a guy just looks tired, and it's like, well, when you've been going that hardcore like he has, and just touring, not to mention the recovering from drugs and alcohol and the cancer and all that, and like you are freaking tired, man. Who wouldn't be? It's like,
yeah,
I don't know. I just like we said, maybe just if you left it on the last album, you'd go. But I'll also be on record, like no one's gonna remember. It's not a Saint Anger moment. No one's gonna be like, oh my god, I can't believe that was the last album they did. People are fucking forget about it. They're not gonna care. It's not that bad, you know what I mean? It's not risk level. So.
No, it's gonna be a footnote, and people will lump it in with 13 and stuff like that, and
right.
But yeah, like you said, it's not like Risk, and you're like, okay, so this is how you go out. Like, okay,
right.
So, well, cool, man. All right, on that note, we will jump out of here. Thanks again, guys, for tuning in to another episode of Talking Into Infinity, a Dream Theater centric podcast. Big shout out to all the Classic Metal Show people that showed up tonight. Appreciate you guys. All of our awesome people in the chat: Jeremy Lynn Nations, Kale McLeish, Aaron Taft, all you great people, Doug McCauley. It was great to see you guys again. We'll be back here. I'm forgetting the date, so I'll just put up the new show and you'll see when the next show is. Yeah, for all those of you guys that actually check out the show on the audio platforms, I am going to figure out a new intro and get all those episodes up that were pulled. So I think we're up to like 6 now. So but I will get them back up there.
February 12th. That's what it is.
Is it February 12th?
February 12th. Yes, that's correct, sir.
Okay. All right, so February 12th will be the next show, and then we'll be back on our every 2-week schedule. So the movie threw us off a little bit, but all right, so Thursday, February 12th, we will be right back here at all these fine locations at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. So till next time, guys, I am your host, John. He is Brian. By the way, Chaz, great to see you. Glad you stuck it out. And guys, we will see you on February 12th. And until then, as always, Carpe Diem.